we came here just on, how many times have we been here? Quite a few times.
We've done about 6 times.
On holiday, come and see, have a look, and it was always like, oh, what a beautiful place to go on holiday. And then one day, it was one holiday when we were returning back to the UK, I just said to Tara, why don't we just move there and live there, it seemed like the right thing to do. We just sort of suddenly went, right, we want to do this, we want to move, out in the sticks, out of the city, be off grid. It all sort of came as just, I don't know.
And it happened quite quickly.
It happened very quickly, yeah. I think it was just something happened. Grew older, I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, we knew before we left London that we wanted some land, build off grid, and have that more renewable lifestyle. And obviously, coming to the peninsula, it was so easy to do. There's so many sections available for exactly that. We just fell in love with the views, and we were like, right, we'll put the house here, and it just felt really good. And you're 10 minutes from Whirianga.
Pretty much any appliance you have in a house, we run here. So we've got dishwashers, fridge freezers, fridges, hairdryers,
washing machine, audio,
computers, 3 computers, laptops,
printers.
whatever, you can run everything that a normal home can run. We have a wireless home phone, and we used to have 3G, we now get 4G because Whirianga's just upgraded, and it's unbelievable, 25 megabytes a second or something. It's really helped our bit. We have an online shop, so we use the internet a lot.
Just with the whole renewable energy, you started researching for what company could do our install. And it just happened that James then started doing all the installations for Good Energy, and then he approached us about buying the company before we actually,
I did one installation. That was ours. And then we bought the company.
So we've had the business for over 4 years now. But having a business, I think, is a great way to get into the community and look at a niche really of what's not available here, because Whirianga offers so much, and any other places on the peninsula. I think people don't realise how much there is here to offer people, whether they're building or all sorts, The opportunities are there, definitely. Yeah. So, come on and give it a
go. When we were looking for a house, we wanted a place that had space around it, not necessarily this quarter-acre subdivision, but a place that did have space around it.
Yeah, why would you come from a city to live in beach-backed suburbia? We wanted something with a bit more, space. That's good.
Yeah. And so we were fortunate to find the house we did, because over the road is Shakespeare Reserve, 2 minutes down to the beach through another reserve, and you're on the one end of Cook's Beach, which is about 2 kilometres long, so a lovely walking beach. You had Flaxmill Bay on the other side of the headland. So it just had that right space and feel about it, and closeness to the things that we enjoy. So it did become a special place.
You go to work on the ferry every day.
Well, the ferry is just such a part of life here in Whirianga. People will go down to the wharf and see these little boats chugging backwards and forwards and wonder what it's all about. It's the lifeline between the Cook's Beach area and south through to Whirianga itself. And I must say I have a cynical amount of joy each day as I drive down to the ferry to catch it across the bay, across the river, and I hear the traffic report from Auckland, and it's now 1 hour to go from Manukau to the city. It's now 50 minutes to go from North Shore across the bridge. So as I say, I get a cynical pleasure out of thinking I no longer have to put up with that. What we've done, I guess, is to embrace the natural environment, and just got a lot of activity, a lot of fun, a lot of enjoyment out of being involved in that way. And that involves everything from walking on the beach to planting trees. Alison's been very involved with Kara 2000 of late, fishing, recreational. So really, that natural environment has been the thing that's involved us so much, really.
We came down in 2002. And in that time, there's been a huge amount of development, really, in all kinds of ways. And people forget that, really, we've got everything here.
I moved to the Coromandel from Dunedin to purchase a business in Hahei, and this is where I met Tim.
And I came over from England. I heard great things about New Zealand, but also Coromandel. A few people have mentioned coming to Coromandel, so I actually did a winter in Wanaka. And then I had a friend who lived in Hahe. He said, come check it out. Such a great spot in Coromandel, especially in Hahe, where Loz had the restaurant. Cathedral Cove that gets thousands of visitors a year. And then from Hahe, we thought, well, this is such a great place. Let's see what else is around Coromandel. So then we found a cafe in Whangamata, Cafe 646. And that's been a great move coming to Whangamata, somewhere a bit different.
And then we bought this business, which is just across the road from the cafe.
The last couple of years, every year gets a bit busier, so that's just really good for us with this shop, and especially with the cafe, and with what we've got kind of planned for in Hahe as well. And we have a property that we're hoping to turn into a restaurant, and we're kind of going through the process with that. Beautiful beaches, we got a little stavey, 4.5 metre stavey, the tractor that we take out on the beach in Hahe. Just amazing. On our days off, we'll go for a fish or we'll go for a wakeboard. We'll just go and have a look around all the islands. So much to explore around here, just a great place. So one of the good things of being in Coromandel is that you obviously got the peaks of the summer tourists and also of the Kiwis that come to Coromandel for the holidays. And I mean that peak is massive, it's huge. You kind of got your 6 weeks when everyone takes off that holiday time. You've also got your tourists on top of that with Christmas time and New Year's. That's amazing. So that peak continues 6 to 8 weeks, drops off a little bit, but then you still got a real solid kind of 3 or 4 months. So that period of maybe about 6 or 7 months, you really got a pretty good steady kind of income coming in. And I guess whatever business that you have that you want to try and make work in Coromandel, just allowing for a little bit of downtime in the winter. Thames Council are really good with trying to promote tourism. So what we're finding with opening our new restaurant is that they're actually being quite proactive or quite helpful with new businesses trying to open in the Coromandel. They want people to come to Coromandel and live.
As a writer, I can work just about anywhere, and my wife's an aged kid, and so we thought, perhaps there's an opportunity to come back here, and while the batch is lovely, we'd also like to build something back here, sell our house in Sydney and build something. So it was time to come home. So beside the seaside, it's going to be about aged care. My wife's an aged care in Sydney, and this is her old family batch that they've had since 1966. So she's excited about building a house here and developing the business. I got here in February 2014, and I'd heard a lot about beach hop. My goodness, it's inspiring. And you come and you see all these, literally, it feels like thousands of cars down here, and the passion and the love these people have for their cars. And I've done a bit of television production, so it just inspired me to try and put together a TV show, which is what I'm working on at the moment. Pride and Joy is a brand new TV show about people and the cars they love.
Meet Jezebel.
They call them Yorkshire Porsches. Whether it's a daily runner or a family heirloom, you'll be amazed at some of their stories.
My driving into my driveway, he just caught the bug, just like that.
From the muso who loved his car so much, he wrote a song for it. To the granddaughter, who's now the third generation to own the Cortina.
Granddad, kids, calves, car in the background.
For many, their car has literally changed their lives.
A new experience for me, learning almost a new language.
Pride and Joy is a unique insight into why so many of us end up loving our cars to the point of obsession. You're going to love this car trip. Pride and Joy coming soon. For more details and to share your story, see our website, prideandjoy.net.nz. This year in March, I'm sitting in the bunkhouse in Whangamata judging the New York festivals. They're the New York radio festivals, and I went, well, I bet I'm the only judge in the world sitting in such a neat spot. What I'm doing is not unique. This is a worldwide trend. What's happening with creative people, IT people, is they're starting to choose to work where they want to work, and it's easy. You can do it. It's not 100% easy. There's challenges, but there's challenges with everything. I'm living where I want to live. I'm working where I want to work, and I'm doing the kind of work I want, and I've got real diversity. It's perfect. And you can do it all from the Coromandel.